Okay, so this is the next part. Actually, we're going to finish up the double distributive part, which is basically double distributive or FOIL or a box method. We're going to start first of all with this as double distributive. I'm going to take the x and we're going to distribute it to each item in the second set of parentheses. So x times x is x squared, and then x times 9 is a positive 9x. And then we're going to do the negative 1 times x, which is going to give me negative 1x, and the negative 1 times the 9, which gives me negative 9. Now to finish up, you have to combine like terms. So I have x's in the middle. We're going to combine them, and we get x squared. Positive 9 minus 1 gives me positive 8x, and then minus 9. It will end up being in standard form for us, and it will be a trinomial for the most part. The same thing, now we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to call it FOIL, first, outer, inner, last, F-O-I-L. So with that being said, I'm going to take the first term of each and we're going to multiply them. So x times x is x squared, which is exactly what we did right here. Then we're going to take the outermost, which is this x, actually we'll do a different color, the x and the 9, the outermost numbers. So x times 9 is positive 9x. And then we'll take the inside ones. So the innermost are the closest to each other, which is negative 1 times x, which is negative 1x. And then we'll go with the last of each. So it's going to be the negative 1 times 9, which is negative 9. First, outer, inner, last is just a way to help us remember. However, it is double distributed. It is the same thing, because then I end up with right where I was over here, and I end up with x squared plus 8x minus 9. Same answer, just another way to think about it. So you can either do the first, outers, inners, last, double distributive. Sometimes people make it like a face, so they do like this, and then they'll go like this, and then they'll go like this, and then they'll go like this. So it kind of looks like a weird face. So you'll see it all sorts of different ways. Now, the box method is a little different in that I'm going to have a binomial, so 2 terms by 2 terms. I'm going to say x minus 1, so x, and then minus 1 is a term. And then we have x, and 9, or positive 9, is a term. And now we're going to do kind of like what you would have way back in elementary school, where you have x times x gives you x squared. X times negative 1 gives me negative 1x. X times positive 9 gives me 9x. And 9 times negative 1 is negative 9. With this, what we do is we actually do diagonals. So if I do the diagonals, I'm going to have my x squared. My diagonals, we have to combine like terms because they're both x's, gives me plus 8x. And then the last term is a negative 9. And it ended up being the exact same thing as well. So you can choose to either do it by double distributive, the FOIL, or the box method. So on these two, do the same thing. You can either choose to do the box method or the FOIL or the double distributive, however you want to think about it. I'll do two. I'll do the box method for you. So an x and a positive 2, and then I've got an x and a 4 positive. If I do that, I get x squared, I get 2x positive, and I get positive 4x, and I get a positive 8. My diagonals would be x squared plus 6x plus 8. Showing it over here, I would have x times x is x squared, x times 4 is plus 4x, 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 4 is 8. Combine like terms, x squared plus 6x plus 8. Either way, it's the same thing. This other one's a little different in that I have a coefficient on this first binomial, but I am going to say 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times negative 6 is negative 18x. 5 times x is positive 5x, and 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. Middle terms, let's combine them. I get 3x squared minus, well, negative 18 plus 5 is negative 13x minus 30. If I do it with the box method, I would have a 3x and a plus 5. I'm going to have an x and a negative 6. In the box, this is going to give me 3x squared, 5x, which is positive, negative 18x, and a negative 30. Check those diagonals. 3x squared, negative 13x, and negative 30. Same thing either way. All right, this is a quick review. Try these on your own. And as you try them on your own, we'll see how we do. I do have quite a few right here. I believe there's 11, and then we'll get to a checkpoint, number 6. So I would like you to go ahead and try them on your own. Pause me and come back and check your answers. All right, so this first one, distribute and distribute, I end up with 44x squared plus 28x. This next one has a lot of variables. Remember, when we set same variables down low, we add and go. So 3 times 5 is 15. X to the 2 plus 4 is 6. Y to the 1 plus 3 is 4. And then Z. 3 times negative 16 is negative 48. X to the 2 and x to the 1 gives me x to the 3. This is y, and y gives me 1 and 1 is 2. So y squared. All right, then we get to number 3, 4, 5. These are, you can either do the box or the FOIL method. Either way, you should have ended up showing me your work, but you should end up with x squared plus 7x plus 10. Show your work. So I should have a line in between here in the answer. If you did a box method, I should see the box. This one, I'm going to end up with x squared minus 20x plus 96. Don't just write down my answers. Number 5, x squared minus 4x minus 77. Number 6, m squared plus 1m minus 90. Number 7 is x squared minus 5x plus 6. Number 8 gives me n squared plus 20. Whoops, not plus, let's see. Plus 24n plus 80. There we go. Then number 9, 3x times x is 3x squared. 3 times 5, that's going to be 15x and 7x. 15x and 7x is plus 22x plus 35. Number 10, my first term is 7 times 2, which gives me 14x squared. 7 times 4 is 28. Take away 6 gives me positive 22x, but minus 12. And this last one, I'm going to get 6x times 10x gives me 60x squared. 6 times negative 3 is negative 18, and then this is negative 10, so I get negative 28x plus 3. So reminder, I should see the intermittent step where shows me how you came up with 24 and negative 28 and this positive 22x in both of these. How you came up with a 1m in between. So make sure I see your work so I can see what you combined to get there. And then you should be able to do the quizzes. Checkpoint number 6. Please show your work. If you have any questions, try to send them either through Teams or talk with Mrs. Thompson.